Okay, we're going to get started. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I'm Joanne Brent. No, you probably already know that because you got emails from me telling you about this. But we're very pleased to have Paul Singh come back. I do remember last year he did the class on brain health, the 6 pillars of brain health for us. And while he and I were talking, he told me that he has a real commitment to people being happy, just everyone being happy. And he's a comedian also. That's like on the side. So he developed a workshop called Happiness 101. And we invited him to come back and share his wisdom with us today. So thank you, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Can you all hear me? Okay, so I don't need to speak louder than this? No. I'm good. Okay, good. All right, welcome to Happiness 101. How many people saw me in 6 Pillars of Brain Health? And still you came back. Wow, thank you very much. That's a good testament. Usually people don't want to see me again and again, but thank you. So anyhow, my name is Paul Singh, those of you who don't know me. And I retired from the government 7 years ago. And so yeah, I had an awesome career, I had a lot of fun, and then once I retired, I'm having a blast. I love it, I love being retired. I don't know about you guys, but people ask me, they go, aren't you bored when you retire? I'm like, you know what, if I can entertain 100, 200 strangers, I can entertain myself. And it's true. So I have all kinds of hobbies, have a lot of fun. My friends don't understand the concept of volunteering. They look at me, they go, so you're a volunteer? I'm like, yes. How much does that pay? No, it doesn't pay anything. Then why you do it? I do it for the peace of mind. Peace of mind. Why not the whole mind? So they don't get it, and they don't understand. And then they tease me, they go, you know why you like to go to senior center? Because you can tell the same joke every week. I'm like, that's not true. Those seniors are smart. They're very smart. One time it was Halloween, and I went into a senior center, and I was wearing my turban. I thought I'd wear a turban, right? I walk in with a turban, and this lady, cute old lady, opens the door for me. She says, young man, nice hat. So I said, oh, thank you, ma'am. Actually, it's a turban. I'm from India. I'm a Sikh. She said, well, I hope you're not contagious. And she knew who Sikhs were. She was just picking on me. That's the best part. She knew who Sikhs were. She's smart. So yes, the seniors are very smart. One time I was working in the library, and they have a small library in the senior center, so I was fixing those books. So this one gentleman comes in, he's knocking all the books down. I'm like, I can't even get mad at him because I'm a volunteer, right? I'm supposed to be nice. So I set the books up, he knocks them down again. I'm like, sir, can I help you? He says, I look for book. I'm like, what book? I started talking like him too, right? What book? He says, Facebook. Look for Facebook in the library. So I opened up a Facebook account for him and his lovely wife. 2 weeks later, he shows up again. He says, Mr. Paul, guess how many friends I got on Facebook? I'm like, how many? 1,500 friends. And they all have the same last name. So I said, really? He said, that's awesome. How many does your wife have? I don't know. She's not my friend. So it's a lot of fun. I love it. So I developed this, when I retired, I wanted to find out, what I can do to make this time that I have left on this planet joyful, fun, fulfilling, so that when I'm in my deathbed, I should say, you know what, I had a blast. Thank you, God. I had a great time, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. So how can I say that? How can I backtrack it? So I backtracked it to figure out what I got to do to make this time joyful, fulfilling, all those good things, And so I developed this course, Happiness 101, and I started doing it at senior centers. And I don't know if you noticed, but my courses are always very interactive. Because I want to learn just as much from you as you learn from me, so that I can keep growing this course. So my course is very interactive. I'm going to share a story with you. I was at a party one time, and I encountered a social bully. How many people know what a social bully is? Social bully? Good-looking people who are very well connected, But if you rub them the wrong way, they'll make your life miserable. And apparently, I rubbed them the wrong way. And so he had me sent home from the party. Think about that. I'm usually like the most guest, and he had the host send me home. So at that day, I was very hurt. So I made a promise to myself that from now on, I'll never, ever, ever drink again. Without dying. But I still wanted to have fun, and I wanted to so I figured out a way to have fun without drinking. Now, folks, if you can have fun without drinking, you can have fun and party all the time. Am I right or am I right? Right? So now I party all the time. I party all the time. I'm partying right now. But I'll tell you some rules for my party, and those rules pertain to this class as well. I broke it down into an acronym party, P-A-R-T-Y. P stands for participate. I want you all to participate. Okay? You learn the most by participating. Just like at the party, when you go to a party, you want to participate. You don't want to sit in the corner. You want to participate. P also stands for phones. Please turn your phone, vibrators, whatever, not the. You know what I mean. Turn them off. I'm at a church, I forget that I'm not doing comedy. Turn them off because one phone call will disturb all the people. So please be kind. Okay, A in party stands for ask any questions. Ask any questions, challenge me any way you can, because the more you challenge me, the more I grow. So challenge me, ask me any questions, and also accept each other. And you will do the same thing at a party, accept each other, right? R stands for respect each other, meaning if somebody is asking a question, wait your turn. Raise your hand, I'll make sure you get a chance. T stands for time. We only have an hour, so keep your questions common, short, sweet, to the point, and we'll keep moving along. And Y stands for say yes if you're ready to party with me. Yes. Awesome. All right, let's get going. So, what is happiness? That was my background. Okay, this is party. Okay, so let me ask you this. We've all had higher education. How many people have a master's degree in here? How many masters? Wow. How many PhDs? Wow. No PhD. You have a PhD, man? What do you have a PhD in? Clinical psychology. So that comes in handy all the time. How about you, sir? HS. HS. You? Oh, you have a high school degree or you teach at high school?
High school degree.
Hey, as long as you look happy, as long as look at how happy he is. Maybe there's a reverse correlation between education and happiness. Go ahead.
Leadership and ethics.
Beautiful, leadership and ethics. Now those are all PhDs that are very useful. I've seen people with PhDs like nuclear physics of some kind of, whatever, where they've never used it except they worked in HR all their life because of the degree, because they were hiring people. The point I'm making is, we have PhDs and stuff, but how many people took an actual class called happiness? How many people took an actual class? Even one semester of happiness. But yet, happiness is the most important thing in our life, isn't it not? I mean, you do everything for happiness. You stay in a marriage because you're happy. You get out of marriage because you're unhappy. You stay in a job because you're happy, or you get out of a job. All your life decisions are based upon happiness. So if I was to ask you, what is happiness? What's a good college level definition of happiness? What would you say? I'm going to ask the PhDs first. You knew I was going to pick on you. What's a college level definition of happiness? Can anybody give me? Or even a high school level? Yes, sir. A definition of happiness, not some word, but definition of happiness.
I found out, it's forgiving
Okay.
is number one.
Okay.
Forgive yourself,
Accept yourself.
and everything will come.
I love it. Give him a big hand, folks. See? All these PhDs and high school guy gives an answer. Okay, so what he said is, and the answer he gave is correct, but it's partially correct. It's not a definition. That's just one of the habits, one of the ways to be happy, is to forgive others. And it's very important. If you accept yourself, you'll accept other people, and you'll be happier. That's a method, but not a definition. Can anybody give me a definition of happiness? A definition of happiness.
Being content with your situation.
Okay, again.
Anything that puts a smile on your face and being content with where you are now.
Beautiful. So another form of acceptance. Another form of acceptance. So we're still in acceptance. Again, that's a symptom, that's a habit, but not a definition. I want a college level definition. Because from today when you walk out of here, you would all have a college level definition of happiness so that at least you know what you want, at least you can define what you want. Because if you can't even define what you want, how are you going to get it? And yet that's the most important thing in life. And look, nobody knows the definition of happiness. I Googled it. I Googled the definition of happiness, and even Googled it. I'll tell you. State of being happy. Come on, really? Really? State of being happy? You know, even Google didn't know. Okay, so that's the sad part. Google's a multi-billion-dollar company. So, what is the true definition of happiness? And the true definition of happiness is, and I'll share that with you. Happiness is a state of mind ranging from contentment, like I said, contentment, to extreme joy. Okay, it's a range from contentment to extreme joy. So if anybody asks, what is happiness? It's a range, it's a state of mind ranging from contentment to extreme joy. Think about it. You know, when you get your first apartment, how small was it? But now look, you got into a big house and still you're not happy about it. See, it's a range. It's a range. So let me ask you this question. And people ask me that all the time, and I'm going to pose that to you. Knowing this, okay, first of all, let's do this. What's happiness? Do you guys know now? Can you say it all together? What's happiness? Happiness is a state of mind ranging from contentment to extreme joy. Now, is everybody clear on that? Does any questions? Any any clearance anybody needs? We're clear on that. We're all the same page, right? Okay. All right. So let's move to. Somebody asked me. They said, "Okay, what's the opposite of happiness?" Okay, sadness is one thing. Okay. Okay, let's look at the definition of happiness. Happiness is a range, state of mind ranging from contentment to extreme joy. Right? So it's a range from here to here. So the unhappiness would be from here to there, right? From here up to here. From being miserable to barely content. Discontent, all those things, the red zone. I call this the green zone, I call it the red zone. The red zone. You know, being jobless, being in a bad relationship, being in a bad marriage, being all those things. Okay? So our goal is to increase this range and decrease this range. You see what I'm saying? There are two ways to get happiness. One is there's two ways to be rich. One is to make more money, and the second one is to reduce your debt. Okay? Debt being unhappiness, and happiness being, they're not correlated, I'm just using that as an example. You know, if you want to be more happy, increase your things that give you more happiness and decrease the things that give you unhappiness. Then your net happiness will be happier. But look what Google said. Opposite of happiness? State of being unhappy. I'm like, really? Okay? So,
don't you think it's because it's so individual to everyone
It is.
and every moment is different, and that's why they can't define it very well.
Well,
I
it's
think that
Oxford.
definition you gave me wasn't
Oxford did.
that either.
What definition? Oh, you mean the definition
Yeah,
I gave you?
I-
Okay, no, I'm glad. See now, she's the one challenging it. I like that. Go ahead. So you're saying the definition
Well, I've
that.
also read some books where they say it's more important that you have challenges, that maybe you are somewhat unhappy, but in the end,
Yeah.
happier as
You want to have some stress, or else you never get out of bed. That's what you're saying, right? You want to have some stress, otherwise, why would you get out of bed? You're like, oh, I'm so happy, I'm so content. You want to have some challenges. So I agree with you there. But you're still good with the definition, right? The definition of happiness? Okay, no. Give me some concrete challenges. We got people here, so that I'll defend it. I'll set it
But we
straight.
didn't even talk about love.
And that's part of happiness. So that's part of contentment and happiness. That's part of the range. See, here's the thing. Okay, we'll have one-to-one talk because you're way off the different channel. It's okay, because you're thinking about something else. You're not on the range. I'm talking about the range, and the range includes love. Contentment includes love. Contentment includes some sort of love. Okay, if you're hated by everybody, you're not going to be in that content zone. You're going to be below the content zone. So the fact that you're content, you're getting some kind of love, you're getting some kind of affection, you're getting some kind of basic needs met. Okay, because contentment means your basic needs are met. Basic needs are what? Food, clothing, shelter, love. You know, all those basic needs. A good working car. Okay. All right. So let's move further. Can you be happy all the time? I pose that question to you guys. Can you be happy all the time?
No.
How many people say no? Wow. How many people say maybe? How many people say yes? All right, 2, 3 people, good. My goal is not to do that. My goal is to get from 3 people to all of you. That's my goal. Now, I will say yes, you can be happy all the time. Okay? Now, before you declare me insane and have me committed, I'm going to defend it. You can be happy all the time if you're happy with yourself. Because you're with yourself all the time. Okay? People who are saying you cannot be happy all the time are not looking at happiness as a range. It's a range. It's a range from contentment to extreme joy. As long as you're in that range, you're happy. Happiness is not just one spot in that range. It's the whole range from contentment to extreme joy. Now, barring extreme situations like if you live in a flood zone and you're flooded, I guarantee you won't be happy. If you're living in Beirut and there's bombs flying, I guarantee you'll not be happy. But barring all those extreme situations, you can be happy all the time as long as you're happy with yourself. Right? So the question here is, if you want to be happy, you want to be happier with yourself. You want to be happy with yourself. So how can you be happy with yourself? What are some of the tricks to be happy with yourself?
Liking yourself.
Liking yourself. Beautiful. Liking yourself. Okay, yes.
Being positive.
Being positive. Improving yourself. Right? I'll give you an example. Let's say you buy a house that's really bad house, like all broken up, and, but you have the vision and you're gonna create that house and you're gonna make like a little Taj Mahal out of it, and you do. You fix it up, you put granite floors, you put granite countertops, beautiful bathrooms, nice lighting and all that. Do you like your house more now than you did when you first bought it? How many people would like your house more? Then why? Why would you like it more? Because it's improved. It's improved. You improve the heck out of it. Similarly, if you improve yourself, you will like yourself more. Now let's talk about improving yourself. How do you improve yourself? How do you improve yourself? Yes, sir. I love this guy. I love this guy. What's your name again?
Get
Melton.
rid of anger and rage.
Beautiful. Be more stable mooded. Yeah. Have a better emotional intelligence. Beautiful. Yes. Right. What else? What else can you do to improve yourself? Yes, sir.
Pick up a new skill.
Pick up a new skill. Beautiful. Pick up a new skill that's handy to you and other people. Right? Do something for yourself. See, I love speaking in front of people. I love doing comedy. I don't know if you can tell or not, but and so to me, this is fun. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not even getting mileage for this, but I love it. I cancel all kinds of stuff to be here. Okay, so you pick up a skill that makes you happy and that makes other people happy. Why not? Why do I do this class? I'll tell you why I do this class. My philosophy is that even if one person in this world who is powerful and unhappy can make this whole world unstable. I want anybody to challenge me on that statement. Challenge me on that statement. Okay? One unstable person in the world who's powerful can make the whole world unstable. I'll give you hundreds of examples, but I'll start with one. The dictator of North Korea. One unhappy person. Look at how many people are developing missile defense programs. Military is recruiting people. Why? Because there's one unstable people who can make this whole world unstable. So when you pray, make sure you pray for the peace and happiness of the whole world, not just yourself and your family. Right? You want to pray for the happiness of the whole world. That's why I do this class. Because if I can make one person happy, I've done my job of making this world a better place to live. Think about how long it takes to raise a child. Okay? You raise a child from 0 to 21, then he goes to military, gets shot, boom. What a waste. And all those wars, if people knew how to manage their anger, we would not have as many wars. Challenge me on that statement too. If people knew how to manage their mood and their temper and their egos, we would not have as many wars. Would you agree?
Yes.
You agree? So all these kids getting killed they don't have to be killed. They don't have to go to war. If people knew how to check their ego, people knew how to check their temper, people knew how to be happy, we would not have all that. So that's why I do it. Because to me, if there's anything worthwhile, it's creating happiness and peace in this world, it's worthwhile. That's why we have churches, that's why we have all these programs, but yet We fight on the name of religion more than we fight on the name of anything else. You know, so it's so crucial. And nobody gives us this education. Nobody even gives us a definition of happiness to our life. How tragic is that? You know, so that's why I brought up this class. Anyhow, let's keep moving. So you can be happy all the time if you're happy with yourself. Is everybody good with that? Right? We're good with that? Okay, so let's keep moving forward. All right, so, okay, so sadness is stress, anger, anxiety, fear, hatred, problems, and much, much more, right? When you have all those things in your life, you're not going to be happy. So your goal should be to reduce this and increase the other range and reduce this range, right? So then you have that happiness. All right, so let's go. Okay, why is happiness so important? Why is happiness so crucial? Why are we so after happiness? You know, why is it so crucial? Anybody? Ah, love this guy. Nelson, tell me.
Well, stress.
Yes.
This is a fact.
Hmm?
Because diabetes,
Joint pain, arthritis.
yeah, arthritis,
Well, stress can kill you faster than sickness, whatever
heart
it kills you.
disease.
Right? Right?
It-
Stress can kill you. Stress can make you bald. Stress can give you cancer. Stress can give you all kinds of problems. Have you noticed when people get bad news when they open up an IRS letter and they have a heart attack? Hello? Yes. The stress can? Of course. Of course. Of course. She's saying that stress, being around a stressful person can be really bothersome. Is that a true translation? Being around stressful people who don't know how to manage their stress, who are ill-tempered, can be really stressful to you. And it's true. It's true. I mean, I'll give you an example. God forbid, we're in this room and if some angry person with an arm walks in here with a whatever, we'll all be stressed. But yet, we didn't do anything to take him off, right? But he just doesn't know how to manage stress. So it's so crucial for the whole world to know how to manage stress and how to be happy. It's very crucial. We don't realize that, but it's very crucial. Anyhow, so let's keep moving forward. Okay, so why is happiness so important? Because happy people have better immune system. Happy people live longer. Happy people have more hair. Happy people have more money. Happy people have better relationships. Happy people have everything. You know, they have less stress, less immune system. They have less enemies. They have more energy. They have zest for life. Better immune, better relationship, better performance. When you're happy, you perform better. That's why companies invest in people like me. Better sleep, longevity, better brain health, less stress, less fatigue, more friends, better overall life. Right there. And I had it memorized.
Could you print that out for us?
Actually, I can send it to you, but if you have a camera, please take a picture of it. You have a phone camera? Take a picture of it. I'll duck down. Yeah. Okay. So anyhow, so that's why happiness is more important. You know, in fact, I'll tell you, if somebody told me that I can have all this, or win, I don't know, $100 million and have the stress of hiding from my relatives and worrying about IRS and attorneys and all this, I'd rather have this and have enough money. I don't want to be broke at this. I want to have enough money, but I would much rather not be a lottery winner and have all that stress, because then you're hiding from your own relatives. Think about that, how much stress that creates. So this is like winning a lottery. Being happy, knowing how to be happy is like winning a lottery. It really is if you think about it. Because this is more valuable than lottery. And the best, how many people, okay, let me ask you this question. Melton said that, angry and he said being angry and all that. How many people have anger issues? Be honest, we're in the church. How many people have, feel like they get angry more than they should? How many people? More than you should. Be honest, it's okay. It's good. This is a cleansing time. This is a cleansing time. The more you admit it, the better it is for you, Okay, so let me ask you this. Is anger a voluntary or involuntary response or action? It's a voluntary action. And I'll tell you why. When was the last time, who had the anger, raise your hand. When was the last time you got angry, ma'am?
Probably at least a day or two ago.
Day or two ago, good.
Actually, no, for sure this morning because I had to drive the traffic.
Okay, so you're angry at the traffic.
Angry at the, yeah.
Angry at the other drivers, angry at the traffic. Now let me ask you this question. So when you were angry and you know, you were using the language that you use when you're angry?
No, not out loud.
Were you hitting the, were you hitting the steering wheel?
No, I was saying.
You were frustrated.
I was very frustrated.
Frustrated. So that's not angry. Frustration is.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I want a situation where you were so angry that you almost punched somebody. I was so angry that I almost caused somebody harm, or I was so angry that I did something that I shouldn't have done. Okay. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say that somebody has a problem where they get angry and they punch somebody or they get angry. I would like to ask that person, would you get angry if there was somebody bigger than you holding a gun in front of you? Would you get angry at that person? No. So anger is a voluntary situation. You choose to be angry. You don't become angry, you choose that state. Right? You choose that state. No? Go ahead, he's saying, I like to be challenged. Tell me, sir, tell me. What's your name?
John.
John, very unique name. I like your shirt, John. Oh, tell me, you were saying no, but tell me, what do you agree or disagree? Because I like to.
Well, sometimes anger comes out so fast, you don't even have time to think about it.
I agree. Okay, that.
Not to the point where.
Not, but see, John, here's the thing. The anger comes out fast when the guy in front of you is smaller than you. But if the guy in front of you is bigger than you, who can hurt you, you will control your anger. Just like at your boss. You don't flip your boss off unless you win the lottery. You wait till you win the lottery. Go ahead, man.
But that doesn't mean you're not angry.
Oh, no.
There's a
See,
difference
when I
between
say
having
angry, I mean
which
rage.
There's a difference between having anger, which I propose is involuntary, and doing something with it, which I would say is voluntary.
Exactly. Well, I'm talking about the anger that makes you do things that you would not normally do. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about the frustration and inner frustration. That's, we all have that. You know, when you're stuck in traffic bumper to bumper because somebody was texting, you're gonna be frustrated. That's okay. But if you come out of that car and you start beating the guy who was texting and got into an accident, that to me is anger.
Isn't that more called violence though?
But that's the state I'm talking about.
Right.
That's the
You said it too, rage.
rage. Yeah, rage. I'm talking about rage.
Step beyond.
Step beyond the frustration. Yes, exactly. Okay. So what I'm saying is that is voluntary. Okay. I don't know why I went off into that tangent, but anyhow, maybe I'll come back to it. Okay. So here's the thing. Now we're after happiness that's long-term and sustainable. Okay. We're after happiness that's long-term and sustainable. Not a momentarily happiness. You know, like when you eat ice cream and it tastes delicious, and after it's gone, you're back to the same state. I want happiness that's long-term, sustainable. Okay, maybe even contagious to other people, right? You want that kind of happiness, that when people see you, they become happy. You know, you want that state. Okay, so that comes from habits. People have certain habits. Happy people have certain habits that make them happy more often. Okay, and I'm going to ask you a question. How many people know a person who is generally happy? Generally happy. How many people know one person who is generally happy? Go ahead, tell me, let me ask you a question. Think about that person and tell me what is it that you think that he does or that's in his psyche that makes him happy more often. What is it that he does or what's, give me.
Usually the people I know that I feel are almost always happy are always giving. They're
Beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful. Giving is a habit. Giving is a habit that can be developed. Giving is a habit that can, and that's so true. That's so true. How about you, sir, with that?
Person I'm thinking of is myself.
There you go.
I'm usually happy, but it's when somebody comes up and gives you this, that you know has a problem, you sort of try to put yourself in their shoes.
Right.
And
So similarly giving.
the other thing is if you get I went to a class one time and they said somebody cut you off as you're trying and you were angry at him, you go to work and this guy and you have a really rough day. Well, what happened to that guy that caused the anger? He didn't even know it. He's having a great day.
Exactly.
And it's your attitude that's sort of poisoning you.
Exactly. So far we got two things. You said giving, and you said the attitude, and go ahead. Looking at the positive, beautiful, and you go ahead, sir. Gratitude, beautiful. How about you? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I
You.
said smiling.
Smiling, beautiful. Yes, ma'am.
The person that I know that is very happy all the time always socially connected.
Beautiful. Socially connect on Facebook.
No, they still
So she says hi to everybody and greets people.
Yeah, she
Exactly,
goes
exactly,
to lunch with them,
exactly.
plans parties, that kind of thing.
Beautiful. Who else? Who else knows a happy person?
So
And
being curious all the time?
yes, curious, learning, curious. Yeah, very good. What else? Yes, ma'am.
I have a friend who I admire for her joy in her life. And the thing I admire about that is that she's spontaneous.
Okay, good, good. So she's always surprising herself. She's always doing fun things. Basically, spontaneity brings several things. One is learning, excitement, and interest, and all that. So yeah, so that can create happiness. Looking forward to things, right? Who else? Okay, so let me ask. Go ahead, ma'am.
I know someone who I consider extremely happy. She doesn't have a lot of money, but she gives to everyone
Mm-hmm.
and helps other people a lot.
So let's boil that down to characteristics. So she's low maintenance. Obviously, if she doesn't have much money and she's still giving other people, I mean she's low maintenance. She's a simple person and she's a giving person, right? Okay, so let me ask you this now. All those habits that we talked about, do you think that we could cultivate those habits to where we could have more of those habits by cultivating them, by being consciously aware? We could create more of those habits in ourselves. We could learn to smile more. You know, start going to the dentist, you'll smile more. Which reminds me, no, I'm just kidding. What else? You could be more giving. And giving doesn't necessarily have to be with money. Giving could be your time. Giving could be giving other people. Find a cause that's important to you. You know, and give in that cause. You know, it doesn't have to be money all the time. It can be your time. It can be your, you know, your brawn or your brain. You know, whatever. Somebody else said something else that being accepting of other people, that's a habit that can be developed, right? Yes, sir.
We have the power within us to choose how we react to any situation.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, you can choose. You can choose to react the way you want to react. You know. Okay, so those are all good habits, and those can all be cultivated. Okay. The only problem is we don't remember these habits. We know all this, but I'm going to tell you, you already know. You just don't know how to remember it. So my goal today is to A, remind you of what you already know, and B, show you how to remember it with a nice simple formula, and C, make it a lifestyle so you practice it. Because if you can learn a million things, but if you don't practice it, are they useful? No. So you have to know how to turn it into a lifestyle. So today, we're going to talk about, those are my goals. Have fun, laugh, and enjoy, because I don't get paid for this, so my goal is to laugh my tail off. Learn habits of happy people, remember these habits, turn these habits into a lifestyle. Those are my 4 goals. Alright, so what are some of the habits of happy people? We discussed them, and how can we remember these habits? So what I've done is this. I've taken the word happiness, and I've populated it with the habits of happy people, and I'll go through with them real quickly. Pardon? Please, yes, put your camera out. Okay, but my goal is to help you memorize these. That's why I don't need paperwork, because I want to teach you to memorize this in such a way that you'll be practicing these habits yourself. So let's go with H. H stands for health conscious, being health conscious. Let me ask you this. Am I in your picture? There you go.
Oh, yeah, I had to turn my phone back on.
No, you can turn it on without having the signal. No?
Well, never trusted.
Oh, okay. Alright. So let's talk about health conscious. How can being health conscious make you happy? I love health. Look at that. He's got all the answers.
Well, I used to be just the opposite, all that.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that really makes me happy is
Being healthy, yeah. Having some muscles
being
around
strong. So I work out.
you. Right?
And, you know, it just makes me so happy.
Exactly. You're improving yourself.
Yeah.
You're improving yourself. You're getting stronger. Right? Okay, so being health conscious. Being health conscious meaning, getting proper sleep, watching your diet, exercising. Okay? Also being honest. How can being honest make you more happy? Anybody? You should all know this answer. You all go to church. You sleep better at night. When you're honest, you sleep better at night. You don't have to worry about the IRS. You don't have to worry about the customs. You don't have to worry about government agencies coming after you because you're honest. You paid your taxes. You don't care. right? Being honest because you're not worried about getting caught. Right? So it'll give you less stress. Being honest will give you less stress. How about being humble? How can being humble make you happy? How can your ego doesn't get in the way, right? Your ego doesn't get in the way. You're more stable mood. You don't expect people to bow to you, right? What about humor? Sense of humor. Think that create happiness? Sure. All day long, all day long. One of the only reasons I went into comedy was because I like to laugh. I just love to laugh. If there's one thing I can do all day long, is laugh. Okay? And I figured out that if I want to laugh more often, I better learn how to write a joke. Because ain't nobody gonna make me laugh all day long unless I know how to make myself laugh all day long. So that's the only reason I went into comedy. I mean, I don't care who tells a joke as long as we laugh. That's my ultimate goal. You can tell the joke and we laugh and I'll be totally happy. So, and then being helpful. How is being helpful contribute to happiness? How? People appreciate you. When they appreciate you, what happens to your self-respect and self-confidence? Goes up. And your self-respect and your self-confidence are directly correlated with your happiness, folks. Your self-respect and your self-confidence are directly related to your happiness. When your self-respect goes up, your happiness will go up. Okay? So those are some of the things. And how about, so let's go with A. Being assertive. Being assertive. Do you think that'll make you happy? Being assertive, standing up for yourself, standing up for your loved ones? Of course, all day long. Adaptable. Being adaptable. Okay? Being adaptable. I see immigrants coming from different parts of the world, but they never adapt to America, and America is the best country in the world, but yet they complain about how they were so happy back there. I'm like, why aren't you back there then? Being adaptable is a key to being happy. Learn to be adaptable. Instead of complaining, see how you can adapt to a situation and see if you can be happy. Accepting and forgiving are the same thing. When you accept yourself, the fastest way to be forgiving is to accept yourself first. Realize that you're also warts and all, you also have flaws, and then you can accept other people's flaws. Okay? And accommodating, peaceful, philanthropic, purposeful. How many people know what their purpose in life is? How many people know what their purpose in life is? How many people? I love it. By the way, I do a workshop on how to find your purpose. A lot of fun, comedy, but you will change your mind. I'm going to give you an example that's going to have an impression on it. How many people have seen a taxi driver idling, looking for people? A taxi driver just driving around or parked someplace, just idling, waiting for a customer. What's his state? What kind of mood is he in? He's just sitting there in the cab with his legs up or doing something on his phone, right? He's just killing time until the customer calls, right? The same taxi driver, how does he act once he has a customer sitting in the car? How is his behavior different? He has a what? He's joyful. He has a purpose. He has a direction. He is efficient. He is going places. And how is his modus operandi when he's just idle, just sitting around, just nothing to do, right? That's how we are when we don't know our purpose in life. We are so inefficient, we're just living day to day, but when you have a purpose, you're like that taxi driver who's got a destination and a customer, paying customer. He is ready to go, he's efficient, so having a purpose will change that. I want you all to have a purpose, I want you all to know what your purpose is. And it's really easy, it's 1 hour class and you'll be crystal clear. I guarantee you'll be crystal clear in your purpose. Okay? I'll tell you what my purpose is. My purpose is to play and laugh all day long. And my name is Paul, P-A-U-L, play and laugh all day long. Play and laugh. And I'm doing it. Now am I productive? I think so. I do more work now than I did when I was working. I'm productive, but my purpose is to play and laugh. That's what I want to do. When I die, they'll be like, this is the guy who played and laughed all day long. And I do. I start my day by playing pickleball. How many people know what pickleball is? Pickleball. How many people play pickleball? You play, good for you. Play pickleball, yes. That's the key to my happiness. I get my exercise, I get my sunshine, I get everything. But find your purpose and incorporate it in your name. So that when people say your name, your purpose should be reminded of you. When people say my name, Paul, I'm going to play and laugh. And then they go, what about the letter U? I said, that's where you come in.
Oh.
That's where you come in. You're going to play and laugh with me. So play and laugh. And so find your purpose. It's very crucial. Okay, keep going. All right. Purposeful, pleasant, playful. Okay, those are all habits of happy people. Phone manners. Very crucial to have phone manners these days to be happy. If you don't have good phone manners, guess what? You're going to tick off a lot of people because you'll be texting and there's the important people sitting next to you and you're texting. That's not going to make people happy. Yet you do it all the time. Look at, you go to any waiting area, in the doctor's office, at the train station. What are people doing right now? What are people doing? They're on their phone. They would rather pay attention to a $200 phone than a $1 billion human being sitting next to you. Right? The US government values each human being at $1 billion. I'll tell you why. Because the B-2 bomber, when the pilots get in trouble, when the bomb, when they're getting shot at, guess what they tell the Air Force people? Ditch the plane. Get out of the ejection seat, right? So they're valuing the human being for more than $1 billion. They're saying a human being is worth more than $1 billion. Ditch the plane. Get out. Right? So I value a human being at least $1 billion. So to me, if a $1 billion human being is sitting next to me, it will be a shame for me to choose a cell phone, a $200 cell phone, because I can look at the cell phone anytime. I want to value that human being. I want to pick his brain. I want to learn from that human being. Right? That would be, I mean, think about it. If you're an entrepreneur and you have a $1 billion machine and a $200 machine, which machine would you use more often? Right? Which machine would you use more often? So we're always making bad decisions. Phone manners is very crucial. We talk about that too in a class I do. Prioritize. How many people have taken a class called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? 1 or 2? Yeah. Good class. Take it. You will really. And prioritizing is one of the keys to being effective. People who are effective and efficient, they know how to prioritize. Very crucial. Personable, problem to gift. Now, most of the times we're unhappy because we have problems, right? We have a problem with the car, we have a problem in our relationship, we have a problem in whatever, right? That's what makes us unhappy. But if you can turn a problem into a gift, would you be unhappy? Would you be unhappy? I talk about this. I'll give you a very specific formula that you can use to turn just about any problem, even cancer, into a gift. Okay? There's a very specific formula that I use. And I want you to challenge me. I want you to challenge me in that formula. Okay, so happy people are in the moment. You know, Oprah Winfrey, somebody asked her, they said, what's the best way to live? She said, the best way to live is to live in the moment. Right? To live in the moment. Because the moment is all you have. You can't go back to the past and you don't know what the future is. The moment is all you have. That's why they call it the present. But if you know how to live in that present, you know, that's the best way to live. So happy people live in the moment. Happy people are interested. What does that mean, interested? What does that mean?
Curious.
They're curious. They're interested in other people. They're interested in other people. You know what's the best way to become interesting? What's the best way to become interesting?
Be interested.
Be interested.
Be interested. Right? If I'm interested in Melton, he's going to like me. You know? Maybe not, but you know. Assam gave me the look like. But being interested, okay? Curious. And being independent. Very, very, very crucial at old age, being independent. Okay? A lot of times people who love us will do everything for us. Like they won't even let us lift the plate. Pick up your own plate if you can. If you're not feeling well, I understand, but don't become dependent on other people just because you have money, because you're hurting yourself. Okay, my brother-in-law did that. He had lots of money, he had disability insurance, and he wanted to use that, so he would not do anything, and he would hire people to do things. That's the worst thing you can do. Be independent. Being independent is synonymous with being happy. You know. Also, nature lovers. Happy people are nature lovers. You'll see them walking the trail. They're non-judgmental. Okay. You show me a person who's very judgmental, and I'll show you an unhappy person. Guaranteed. Okay. Nurturing. Happy people are very nurturing. You know, one thing I've learned in life is you get what you give. Just like they say, you know, do it to others and all that. I've boiled it down to even more smaller phrase. You get what you give. You know, you get what you get. If you go around cussing people out, guess what? You're going to get that a whole bunch more. If you go around being nice to people, giving people, you'll get a lot of it back. So you get what you give. So being empathetic, energetic, encouraging, energetic, happy people are good energy managers. Happy people are good energy managers. You want to be a good energy manager. Why is that important? Why is that important? Because let's say it's 11 o'clock at night and you're full of energy. Sometimes that happens to me, by the way. You're full of energy. You're not going to be able to sleep. Right? You want to have more energy at 8 o'clock in the morning than at 11 o'clock at night. So you want to have more energy in the morning, less energy at night. So you can, it's the energy manager, so you become a good energy manager. I used to have a video production company, and before we would start video filming the wedding, I would give all my people vitamins. I would give them an option, hey, you want a vitamin, you want a vitamin? Gummy bear. And they would all work hard, and we all had fun, and we were smiling 7 hours, 8 hours later, because they had the energy, So very important to know how to manage your energy. Happy people are encouraging. They have good emotional IQ. That's the emotional IQ we're talking about. The people who don't get stressed out. Happy people smile, sincere, they're stable, social, they're supportive. They have good sleep hygiene. Why is sleep hygiene so important for happiness?
Crucial to your health.
Crucial to have. Sleep is one of the best cure-alls. Okay, if you're coming down with cold, take some vitamin C and get a whole bunch of sleep, and you watch the next day, you feel a lot better. It's funny, and you catch it right before it starts, you'll be able to dodge it. Sleep is a cure-all. Sleep is good for your memory, sleep is good for anti-aging, sleep is good for, you can do without food for 7 days, but you cannot do without sleep for 7 days. I used to work for the Postal Service, US Postal Service, and you know how they say people going postal? That's very real, okay? They were talking about people who used to work nights. When you work night shift, you never get enough sleep during the day. Okay? I've been it for 10 years, I know exactly what that's about. I used to get 2 hours of sleep, maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep at the most. And people were miserable, we were cranky, oh my God, we would get into arguments over little things because we were not getting enough sleep. Okay? A lot of these criminals who are in jail right now, if they didn't have sleep apnea or if they didn't have sleep issues, they would probably not be in jail. If you want to rehab them, watch their sleep habits, and you'll see a lot of them started out because they were not getting enough sleep. A lot of them. Okay, so sleep is very crucial. Now, sleep hygiene. What's sleep hygiene? What does that mean? Yes? Beautiful. Making an environment that's conducive to your sleep, like having the proper temperature, having eating a proper meal way before going to bed, not drinking too many fluids before you go to bed because you don't want to wake up at night, having the proper air conditioning, not drinking coffee. All those are sleep hygiene. Now, I talk about that in Happiness 101. Happiness 101 is not just one class, it's a continuation. Like where I talk about how to turn your problems into a gift, how to be more purposeful, sleep hygiene, how to be a good listener. So let me ask you this now. Now that you've seen this list, okay, I'm going to ask you, how many habits can you remember now that you know how to remember them with the word happiness? Okay? Let's see if that made a difference. Because before, we were struggling with 4 or 5 habits, right? Okay? Now that you saw the list of 30, 40 habits, let's see how many you can recall by knowing this formula, okay? So let's start with H. How many habits of happy people we have that start with H? Anybody? Helpful. What else? Honest. Health conscious. Humble. Humor. See? Look at that. 5 or 6 of them in just one letter. Let's go with A. Adaptable. Acceptable. Assertive. Appreciative. Beautiful. What else? See? Okay. Let's go with P. Purposeful. Prioritize. What else? Let's go. Phone manners. Philanthropy. Problem to gift. Playful. Beautiful. Playful. What else? Purposeful. Okay. Okay, let's go with I. Independent. Interested. In the moment. There's one more. Independent, interested, independent, improving, always improving. Okay, I need to add that. It's not here, but I need to add that. Okay, let's go with N.
Love nature.
Nature lover, yeah. Nurturing.
Non-judgmental.
Non-judgmental. 3 for 3. See? Okay, let's go with E. Empathetic. Energetic. Exercising. What else? Encouraging. Emotional IQ. Right? Emotional IQ. Okay. E, S, S. What was S? Sympathetic. Sleep habit. Sleep hygiene. What else? Spontaneous, smiling, socially engaging, stable. So see how many habits, more habits you can remember just by using that formula? Okay, so our goal is to remember these habits. Okay, if you write them down, I guarantee you'll never look at it. Look at all the notes you took in your college. You ever look at them? No. So I want you to get it in your head, I want you to get it in your brain, and then I want you to make it a lifestyle so that you do it for the next 20, 30 days. Okay, let me ask you this question. How many times do you have to do something for it to become a habit? 19, 21, who else? 30? You said?
4 weeks.
4 weeks? Okay, you're all correct, but I'll tell you the correct answer exactly is 20 times. And I'll tell you why and how I know this. There's been a lot of scientific studies, and a lot of millions have gone into the study, okay? How many cigarettes in a pack of cigarettes? 20. And look at how many smokers we have in this world. This is not a cigarette pack, by the way. I shouldn't flash this. How many cigarette smokers we have in the world? So the science says that if you do something 20 times, it will become a habit. Okay? So here's the challenge. What I want you to do is, when you go home, if you took a picture of the habits, I'll put it up there again. You can take a picture of it. I want you to go home and I want you to see this habits and see how many you can recall without looking at it for the next 20 days. Just do it once a day. Just see how many you can recall. And then kind of like make a mental tally of how many habits you practiced during the day. Okay? And see if you can practice more. I want you to do that for 20 days, and I guarantee you, when I see you next time for the next class, you'll be smiling a lot more, you'll have more energy, you'll have more vigor, you'll be taking less pills. That should be motivation. I'm taking less pills now. I have a friend who's 102 years old, and so he says, I have a doctor's appointment, and I'm like, okay. And he says, when I go see a doctor, the doctor asks me, hey, what are you doing? The doctor is consulting him because he only takes like 4 or 5 pills, and the doctor takes 10 pills. And the doctor is half his age. So the happiness could be, the less pills you take, the happier you are. That would be another criteria. So before I go on to the next topic or whatever, any questions? Please challenge me. Please challenge my thinking. Yes.
Okay, this is all good,
Okay.
but you gotta start from somewhere.
Uh-huh.
How do you realize
Uh-huh.
that you need happiness?
Okay, first of
That
all,
something's wrong
okay.
deep down.
Okay.
How do you?
Beautiful question. But first of all, the question should not be how do you know you need happiness? That should be a no-brainer because we all need happiness. We just talked about why we need happiness. Okay, so it was right here. It was right here. Why do we need happiness? Because happiness gives you all this. Who doesn't want all this? So we need happiness. What you're saying is, how do we know that we need intervention?
That's it.
Okay, that's totally different from happiness. Intervention could be somebody who's trying to commit suicide and then they say, hey, Paul Singh, can you go talk to the guy? That's intervention. That's a very serious situation where you've given up on life and your negatives are more than positive and you're about to jump off the building. That's different. That's not happiness. That's crisis management. Okay. If you don't want to get up out of the bed, if you're gaining weight and you don't care, if you don't exercise and you don't care, if you have very low self-esteem and you don't care, if you purposely hurt yourself, you need intervention. Very simple. But if you're a normally functioning guy who's happy most of the time, who makes sure that he doesn't become a burden on other people or the society, you're generally happy. You just need to improve. You're in that range of contentment to extreme joy. You just need to go more in the green, right? So that's different. But if you're in the other zone, then of course you need serious help. But our goal today is to be in this range, stay in this range more often, and increase the range, meaning go more into the extreme joy. If you're barely content, see how you can go more into extreme joy. And by doing, the way to do that is to reduce the red zone, reduce the sadness and unhappiness zone, and increase the happy zone. Right? Any other questions? Either I was good or you guys took a big nap. Okay, so let me. How much time do we have? Do we have? Yes, sir.
Well, one of the things you do is you listen to your inner voice.
Of course.
Your inner voice is telling you whether or not you're happy or you're sad.
Right.
Right. You hear all the time about people. They say, "Is this person dwelling on ways to kill themselves?"
Right.
And I know people like that who think about that all the time. Which is the better way to go?
That's a very, very good point.
Situation.
That's a very good point, and I'm gonna sum that up in a very nice way. The quality of your life depends upon how you talk to yourself. The quality of your life depends upon the quality of your communication to yourself. Okay? The quality of your life depends upon the quality of communication to yourself. How you talk to yourself. I'll give you an example. I play pickleball. Sometimes when people serve and they miss, and they start cussing themselves out. You idiot! John, you're such a moron! I look at them and I'm like, if this is how you have fun, I would hate to see you at work. Right? Your inner communication is so crucial, so be nice to yourself. The best way to have self-respect is first to respect yourself. Don't go cussing yourself out. You're valuable. You're creation of God. Right? When you cuss yourself out, you're cussing God out. Think about it. It's like if I drive a Ford car and I kick the car every day, the goddamn Ford, what are you doing? You're insulting Ford, right? Similarly, when you're cussing yourself out, you're insulting God because He created you. He created you. He gave you all these gifts. This body that we have is God's gift to us. It's the vehicle that we have that helps us go through life. And if you're not respectful to that body, we're disrespecting God. You think about it, right? So that's very crucial. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But so be nice to yourself. Talk to yourself nicely. I'm serious. I always talk to myself in a respectful way. I call myself Your Honor sometimes. Anybody else? Any other question? Yes.
I've always heard your mind cannot hold two thoughts at once. It's physically, scientifically impossible.
Unless you're a woman who has 3 kids. No, I'm just kidding. She can multitask like crazy, but go ahead. You're right.
But the thought is that learning to replace one thought over another one
Beautiful.
that is more positive, that is more,
Beautiful.
and it doesn't happen overnight.
No, beautiful. I love that, and I use that all the time. In fact, my sister, she's a dentist, and I don't know if you guys know this, but dentists are the most depressed people in the world. Did you guys know that? Dentists have the highest suicide rate, and I figured out why. It's because if you have to smell other people's bad breath all day long, you want to kill yourself too. But that's just my theory. I'm just going to make one quick, and then I'll get to it. So my sister, every time I call her, she's in California, she lives in a $1 million home. I call her, she'll remind me of all the bad times we went through, and how somebody was mean to us, and how this person was a jerk, and this, that. And I asked her this question, I go, you know what, let me ask you this, when you were going through that period in real life, how were you feeling? Oh, I was miserable, I hated that guy, I wanted to kill him. I'm like, then why are you reliving that movie again? Yeah. If you went to see a movie, paid $20, and the movie was horrible, would you go see it again? No. Then why are you seeing this movie again? See some other movie. So what you just said, you choose what you want to see, choose something nice. Sure, we all had bad experiences, but we also had good experiences. Why not relive that? Why not relive that? So using that, that's so true that your mind can only think of one thing at a time. So make sure that one thing is the positive thing. Make sure that one thing is a good movie. Okay, and it's your choice. It's your choice. Okay, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay, I was just gonna say under N, you could say no negative thinking, okay?
Okay.
And naps.
Okay, good. Good, good. Okay. Naps. I take nap. I love naps. Nap. Okay, now she said something that I'm gonna talk about. She said no negative thinking. Okay, no negative thinking. Be careful what language you use to yourself, okay? Because your mind does not know. I'll give you an example. From now and for the next 30 seconds, I want you to think about, I don't want you to think about the pink elephant. From now until the next 30 seconds, I do not want you to think about the pink elephant. Can you do it? No. You will think about the pink elephant and the pink babies. And the pink. So the point I'm making is when you say no negative thinking, don't use the words, negative words, okay? Say positive thinking only, okay? Because your brain doesn't know the minus sign. The brain only knows the positive sign. So when you say minus sign, it deletes the minus sign, it says, oh, negative thinking. So, okay? Just like, those pickup gurus who teach how to pick up women or men or whatever, they tell you, they say, go to the girl and say, I don't want you to think about me. I don't want you to fall in love with me. And she does. So what I'm saying is sometimes you can use that negative for positive use. So, but anyhow, so that's what I'm saying. No negative thinking. Yes, ma'am.
My daughter has tried to get me into the habit of writing a little note, these little cards, gratitude. What went well today?
Beautiful.
This week? And then you put it in a jar. And I find it difficult to keep up with it. She's very good at it.
Good.
I find it difficult to keep doing it.
Good. Okay. That's a very good point. And you should do that. Gratitude journals are one of the best it's used. Go ahead, man.
Okay, first I wanna say something to her,
Okay.
because I do some unprofessional counseling, but what I tell people is to do a gratitude journal, and on those days where you can't think of something to put in, take something out and read.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And you want, I'm sorry, take out something you put into the jar and read it.
And read it. So that's good. So basically reinforce what you're already grateful for. So you're reinforcing what you're already grateful for. Oh, that's beautiful.
My question for you goes back to your sister, so when you ask your sister why she's rerunning that movie, does she have an answer?
You know what? I'm gonna ask her that. Because to me it's a no-brainer. If it made her miserable in the first place and she's already gotten over that, she's already gotten over the loss, she's already recovered from it, then why relive that movie again? Because it's a habit. It's a habit. People, just like, I'll give you an example. You know how we have 28 teeth or 32 teeth depending on how wise you are? I just made that joke up. Anyhow. Now, let's say one of the tooth goes missing. What does your tongue do?
Finds the whole.
Bingo. That's the reason she always talks about that. Because our mind is programmed to look at the negative. Our mind is programmed to seek out what's missing. Our mind is programmed to do that. Okay? Biologically, for survival, for whatever. But sometimes it's not necessary. And so my sister does that because we're geared to do it.
I would just say to you, if nurturing is one of the things that make you happy, I would suggest just that once.
Ask her.
once
I will.
asking her why.
I will. And
Maybe she just needs that nurturement, just have somebody else help her.
Right.
fill that hole.
I will. And also, I'll give you another reason why she does that. It's because she has not spent time in finding her purpose. Okay? When you find your purpose, I'll give you an example. Today, my best friend, she had eye surgery yesterday, and so today was her follow-up, and I'm her bride. Okay? And her surgery was her follow-up was at 10:30, and I had to be here at 1:30. Okay? I had a purpose. I took a shower before I went. I made sure I was totally ready to go to come here at 1:30 in case something went wrong. Okay? Now, if I was coming here and somebody gave me the bird or somebody cussed me out along the way, do you think I was going to pull over and fight with the guy? Heck no. I know my purpose. I know what I want to do. Right? So having a purpose gives you that power to stay focused. You don't waste time doing things. Like, to me, it's so crucial for me to be happy and playful all the time that I don't have time to play the dirty movies or bad movies anymore. I want to play the positive movie. I want to go play pickleball. I want to go to my theater class. I want to go to my poker class. I want to go to my dance class. I don't have time for, this and that. I don't. So it's knowing your purpose. That's why it's so crucial to know your purpose. And it's a less than 1 hour class. I'll do finding your purpose, and I'll show you how to turn your problem into a gift. The next time I come, and you will love it. I'll make sure that you have it memorized. So yeah. Any other questions? I love these questions. Any other questions?
I've always heard that if you smile, it makes other people almost nervous because they want to know what you're up to or what you're doing.
That's true. That's true. That's so true. That is so true. I'll give you an example. You know, I was married for 32 years, and then COVID came, and then now I'm divorced. But even the marriage was not that great. It was an arranged marriage. We learned to get along. We learned to coexist. One time, my ex came home, and I was very happy. I was talking on the phone. I was laughing. I was very happy. And she comes home and she says, "What are you up to? What are you up to?" I'm like, "Why? Why are you happy?" She's like, "Why are you happy?" I'm like, "Why? Is this a crime to be happy?" So what you said is correct. If you're too smiley, you're too happy, people think you're up to something. That's why when I get pulled over, I get all sad. Because they might do a full search in my car. So anyhow, so this is the Happiness 101. And before I go, let's do this. Let's just one more time. I want you to tell me if you, let's see if you got this memorized. The habits. Starting with H. Let's go real quickly. H. Humor. Say it loud, please. Honesty. Go ahead. Humble.
Playful.
H, sir, H. It's okay, you only got high school. Okay, anybody else? There's a couple more. Honesty, health conscious. Huh? Helpful. Okay, let's go with A. Assertive. Acceptance. Adaptive. Accommodating. Wow, and if you have come up with some more, please feel free, because that's how I grew this program. I didn't know all these until I started doing them. What about P? Peaceful. Playful. Purposeful. Prioritize. What else? Philanthropic. Okay. Phone manners. Problem to give. Okay. What about I? In the moment. Interested. Independent. Very crucial. Improving. Interested. Okay. What about N? Non-judgmental. Nature loving. Nurturing. Okay. E. Empathetic. Energetic. Encouraging. Emotional IQ. Okay. And then S. Smile. Sleep hygiene. Stable. Sympathetic. Systematic. Systematic. Have a system. Okay. All right. So, folks, congratulations. Do this for 20 days, and if nothing else, tell a friend about these habits. Okay. The more you tell, all you gotta do is do this 20 times, and it'll become a lifestyle. And then when I see you next time, I guarantee you'll be jumping with joy. You'll have more energy. You'll have more vigor. And also, I want you to start thinking about the purpose. Okay, read up on it, do whatever. But the next class we'll do, we'll talk about how to find your purpose and how to turn your problem into a gift. And we'll also recap the happiness. Okay. This is my class. Thank you very much. And
thank you. Very much for being here again today, and we have a small gift for you.
Oh my God!
Just a little gift card.
Oh, thank you,
You
thank
buy
you.
some books on happiness.
I do.
That's it. Thank you very much for all you guys for coming. I think it worked really well having you in here too. So.
Right. This is perfect. Perfect. Yes. Thank you.
Great. Thanks again.
And thank you for your participation. And go out and be happy and make this world a better place to live for yourself and for other people.
She has KG too.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, and I will get to the point. Corey, he knows. Just say Paul Singh to the happiness 101. I would love to have you. And it'll be done. It'll be done. Anybody else can take a picture? You're very welcome.
It's a suture inside
Over here.
it's close. And then you take the skin and stretch it across and think about it, a nipple. And stretching it from one side of the nipple to the other.
You're very welcome.
The other choice was
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and you put stuff on it, and it goes sort of get heels, but it leaves it thick. And it's supposed to be a straight line. And the choice for that, he said, suture was going to be. And if you think about that, bringing that across, it's not where you paint yourself and stitch it again. So I decided, I said, think of let it heal, and this guy, I think we decided and said, oh, there's a little bit. That's what we call it. I said that. It's not big enough.
She had hanging down between her legs. They're still I can put a chip on that.
Recap of this. Make sure you remember. And I'm going to purple. And whatever comes out. Problem to get. I encourage you to get. Because if you don't have problem to get, I guarantee you. I just want to make sure nobody wants to take a picture.
Yeah, look, he said, yeah, maybe 99.
That's good, yeah. Except when you accept yourself, it's easy to accept other people. It's easy to forgive other people. Yes, absolutely. I got it.
Probably people.
Everything is mine.
Well,
this is mine. Yes.
Well, no, if you're a young girl, you probably put a mix of names in. Maybe oil and iodine. And it would lay out the same.
Okay, so you're all set. That's what you got. This is all mine. This is all mine.
Yeah, it's what we did. Maybe oil. And I could remember, trees laying out on the beach or laying on a towel.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I will come out here and I the details. And, I enjoy doing it. It's like to get what you give. So if you give happiness, you get happiness. So, You're very welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure.
That's really the same answer. And most of the time, I find out is that the damage is
It's a big list, you don't think people are on that list.
Yeah, and you had to have a suntan, or you had, did you ever wear?
Yeah, my brother,
You're supposed to wear like a big sombrero all the time. Most people
but years later,
well, now I don't have any. Yeah, and even that.